Hi, and welcome to Unfinished Business, Night of Long Darkness. That's right, folks. It's a holiday special. We're not in Afterworld today, baby. As a reminder, we are self-produced and we use some online tools for our gaming needs. D&D Beyond, Roll20. You probably know the drill. If you don't, and this is your first time joining us, welcome to Param, a planet created by the shape-shifting deity Param the Laughter. Yes, they named the planet after themselves because why wouldn't you? This session is taking place during the Night of Long Darkness, which you can probably guess is the winter solstice on Param. What? It's the longest part of the year. Crazy. We find ourselves on the continent of Parthiad in the country of Elm. Now, it is well known across Param that the Night of Long Darkness, the longest night of the year, is the only time the veil between the living and the dead is thin enough for the darkness to slip through to Param and wreak havoc. Usually in the form of stealing the most prized possessions of the denizens of our fair land. To combat this phenomenon, people light candles before sunset and make sure to keep them burning until after the sun rises the next day. This is the only surefire way to keep the darkness at bay. Some people don't believe that it is actually the darkness stealing away things of importance. They believe it is all a cover for the thieves of the world to have an extremely profitable night, capitalizing on religious fear. Lord Barazi is one such man. Every year he hosts a lavish party on the Night of Long Darkness, hoping his king will attend and grant him favor, and every year he is disappointed. The rest of the court, however, loves to attend. They gossip about how badly the Water Genasi Lord is bankrupting himself this year while his wife cuckolds him at every turn. For the son they share certainly looks more Goliath than Earth Genasi. This year, however, the talk of the court is not necessarily fully about the bankrupting and the cuckolding, but about the bejeweled egg that is to be displayed at this year's masked fete. The Egg of Obyrus will sit resplendent in its own drawing room, guarded by hired muscle. You, my dear players, are that hired muscle. You've been here several days coordinating with Captain Helvetic Droud, the Aarakocra captain of Lord Barazi's house guards. He has given you all teal and yellow sashes to wear over your clothes. Those are the house colors. All the guards have teal and yellow sashes. The servants' outfits have teal and yellow. It's a lot of teal and yellow. It's a little bit garish, but it's they're trying to make it work. And you've worked with Captain Droud to figure out the patrol routes of the guards, the interior house guards, the exterior house guards, layout of the property, etc. He's been answering all of your questions to the best of his ability and tightening up security as you guys work together to sort of maintain this event, since Lord Barazi is incredibly paranoid that someone is going to try and steal the egg. And it is now the morning of the party. People will be arriving about an hour before sunset, because that's when there's going to be the lighting of the candles ceremony, and it's going to kick off the party. So you guys have woken up this morning, and you've got some time to do stuff if you would like to before we get this party started.
Before we do, should we give a quick shout out to the new face amongst us?
Oh my gosh, yes, we should. Sorry, I got really excited about reading the whole setup of the party description that I wrote.
That's okay.
We'll just do a rewind, move this to the beginning of the...
We are very lucky and blessed to have Unati joining us today. They are, you might notice them from Three Black Halflings, which is a very cool podcast and show that you know what? I shouldn't be the one doing this because I am still like a little bit starstruck that this is happening at all. So Leticia, you're marketing.
I'm way to pass the buck. I just handled the story.
I have to turn off my video and go crawl into a hole. Okay.
No, I mean, I would just say, yeah, Unati, is there anything you wanna say to people to let them know where they can find you, or any projects they should look for you in?
Oh, sure. My name is Unati, they, them. You can find me over at Instagram at Luyanda Lewis-Nyawo, LUYANDALEWISNYAWO. Thank you. Brilliant. Thank you. And at Twitter, at LU Lewis-Nyawo, at the place that shall no longer be named. Yeah, what can you find me in? I don't know, just keep playing Baldur's Gate 3 and look out for my voice. And have fun. Yeah, I'm not so camera shy. Bye.
They're in one too, which is very fun.
We should have at least one moment where all of us duck off camera.
I'm sure it'll happen. Let's be honest.
Happy holidays. So we're really excited. Thank you so much for joining us to play.
Absolute pleasure.
Wonderful. I hope that we all have fun. We will all have fun. It's a guarantee. Oh, okay. Great. It's the morning of the party. And you guys have been a troupe together for a little while. If you want to go around and introduce yourselves, just as a, hey, here's who I am, and as I wake up in the morning, here's what I'm thinking about. We can start with, I'll just start with Erin, if that's chill.
Sure. So, I think Simon is probably waking up in like a sort of shitty hovel where he chose to spend the night. Probably slightly hungover, and he will sort of stretch out of like whatever bed is underneath him. Was probably way too small for him because he is Leonin and about 6'7", and very, very muscular and burly, and smelly and gross, and probably he is mostly gonna look to scrounge for food right now. He'll like put on just some basic like sort of like circus troupe clothes that he has, like some sort of like almost like performery pants, and then like probably like a little vest, and strap on a whole bunch of stuff, including a very, very large great axe that he is going to put behind his back. And then he will probably find some form of water, splash his face a little bit, find a mirror, growl at it, and then go grumpily look for some food.
Excellent. I will say, I forgot to say this before, beds will be optional for you if you want to stay on the estate for these days that you've been organizing with the captain.
So do you think we're there? Okay, cool. So yeah, then he probably
in somewhere else that wasn't the main property, you know.
Yeah, I think probably Simon at some point would have gone back into town to grab some things and is going to make his way back to the estate today.
Okay, cool.
Also, his pronouns are he, him.
Excellent. Thank you, Simon. Unati, where do we find you this morning?
Hello. This morning, similarly to Simon, you find Jax a sort of average height, but severely attractive in a kind of devil-may-care kind of way, young changeling who currently is sort of presenting as this sort of debonair thief. They are waking up in the morning in the brindled pig, making sure that they slept with their spent the night in with their sister at their home, making sure that food is on the table. They've woken up really early because they're also going to go back to the estate first thing in the morning, but their mate Gustus couldn't swing the night before, but can absolutely swing tonight. So they are already kind of efficiently but frantically making sure that everything is ready, faffing over their sister a little bit. Their pronouns are they, them, and they sort of give their sister a hurried but tender goodbye, and then run up and dash through the city, jumping over the roofs and turrets and stuff just to get their heart rate up in the morning. They like to start the day warm.
Beautiful. Love it. Leticia, where do we find you this morning?
Vidani probably spent the night in the provided rooms. And considering this is a space that she is not used to and where she may have been interrupted, she slept with her mask on, which is just a white painted mask with a third red eye on the top, and the bottom kind of covered in bandages. She's just wearing simple, pretty classic monk clothes, D&D monk, and so it's like a red tunic. She'll have the sash on, and then just like white loose pants. She probably starts the morning off by doing some quick exercises, and then is going to go just do like a check of the area, and if she happens by the kitchen or whatever, we'll grab some food on her way.
Yeah, you definitely happen by the kitchen where there is great kerfuffle and movement and preparations for tonight's party and feast.
She'll just sort of like swipe like an apple and a pastry as she walks by, just trying to be a little stay out of people's way, not necessarily draw too much attention.
You got it. All right. Slapdash. Dire.
As Leticia. Stole literally everything I was gonna do, except for the sleeping with the mask.
We make eye contact across the
we come in different doors across the kitchen, and we're like, casually palming a roll, checking out the situation. Slapdash Edo is a tall earth genasi, sort of deserty brick skin color, and they have sort of tumbleweedy hair that's under a hat, and sort of loose shirt, tunic tucked into brown trousers, boots, equivalent of a holster, real cowboy-y casual vibes. And I started out with them being they, them, but I keep slipping he's in there. So I think he, they situation going on here for Slapdash. So.
Solid.
Yeah. And say I'm going to do a quick, sort of Amblin perimeter check. Make sure everything's where they left it last night. And sort of just, tips the hat at Vidani as they pass by.
Excellent. Can I get perception checks from the two of you?
Yeah, I was gonna say Vidani would probably see if we wanted to coordinate something. If she notices that we're both doing a perimeter.
Okay.
It's 18.
My perception's good. 13.
Okay.
Solid star.
You notice when you're in the kitchen that the head chef sort of takes one of the servants aside and is like, what are you doing? What is going on here? Who are you? And the servant just goes, it's a tiefling man. And he's like, I've been here a little while. I'm sorry. I'm really, this is the first party that I've had to work since I've been hired. And they go on in hushed voices, and the chef gives him a little bit of a dressing down. And you can tell that he's like spilled a sauce on the floor, and they're gonna have to redo this whole sauce portion. And there's like a couple other servants there who are clearly other kitchen staff or other serving people who have like, they rally around this poor guy afterwards and are like, hey, listen, it's gonna be fine. You're gonna be okay.
I nudge a servant or a cook or whatever who's closest to me and say, oh God, now I have to work on the voice. And say, are they new here?
Oh, yeah, they've been here a couple of weeks, but it's a different thing when you're just serving a family versus when you're serving for a party. And
just a few weeks.
Yeah, it's fairly new.
Is anyone else whoops? Now I'm like, sorry guys, it's gonna take a second. Is anyone else that new, or is he like the newest kind of guy?
Oh, he's the newest kind of guy for us.
Everyone else has more tenure in the kitchens.
In the kitchens, yeah. Lord Barazi usually hires additional staff for these kinds of things, though.
Oh, sure. But just one in the kitchen?
Well, we run a pretty tight ship.
Oh, understandable. You do great work. I was just curious.
Well, hold on. Let me see here. Most of the new people are going to be people who are serving the food versus actually...
Is Vidani close enough to be hearing me saying this?
Yeah, I had the same thought. Actually, I was gonna ask the same thing. So.
Yeah. So like, I presume I like make like I eye contact with you, and I'm.
Yeah. He's the newest one for our kitchen staff. Because as you can understand, kitchen staff is a lot tighter.
No, of course. Was he like a recommendation from someone? Is he somebody's cousin?
I'm actually not sure. I haven't really gotten to know the lad very much.
That's understandable. It's okay. I was just asking some questions. You can go back to work. All good. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, you're welcome. If you have more questions about him, I'd ask the good captain.
That's the plan.
Go back off to chop more vegetables.
I agree. I think we should probably get someone to keep an eye on him.
Well, suspicious, yeah?
Just in case.
Yeah.
Maybe ask...
Anyway.
Ask, I'll go find Droud.
Okay. All right, you guys head out over the grounds. Droud is right now sort of overseeing the last minute preparations for like where the guards need to be posted, giving them here's a reminder of who's who of the courtiers who are gonna be here, from like that he's gotten the information like from the main housekeeper, and passing it down and along. And he'll see you. Slapdash. Good to see you.
Wow. Quick question for you. There's a new hire in the kitchens.
A lot of new hires?
There's just one in the kitchen, though. He spilled some sauce. He's just wondering, little suspicious that he's the only new hire in the kitchen. Think maybe keep an eye on him.
Marsus. You're talking about Marsus.
Tiefling?
Yes.
Yeah. Is he somebody's cousin, or like, is there like a, did he have good references?
He came in to replace the last sauce server, was his reference.
Wow, he's specifically a sauce server. That's his job, and he spilled the sauce?
From what Torek has told me, in a kitchen, there's...
Oh, sure. There's like sorts of the different, but like...
There's someone who does the sauce, who like is the sauce person.
Oh, I know, I understand. It's just unusual that you think if he was hired to do the one thing, he could, it's one thing if he's doing many things and he's bad at one, but like if he's doing the one thing and he does it poorly, I'm just thinking maybe we have an eye on him. Two
Was
eyes.
the sauce bad? Did the
No, he just dropped it.
Oh, he just dropped the sauce.
Yeah.
He's dropped.
It's probably nothing, but just
Probably nothing, but like, you know,
to be safe, if
super
there's someone in the
paranoid.
kitchen you trust, maybe just ask them to keep an eye.
And give them our like direct line or whatever. No, that's not a thing. Give them sorry.
Give them a sending stone and give us the other one.
Yeah. Let
The
them,
pager. Here you go.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
let them know where to find us.
Yes, I think I can redirect someone to be a constant in the kitchen.
Just out of the corner of the eye. Does not have to be a big deal. You know, just like
I'll bring it to Torik's attention. I'll see if he's got somebody he can spare to keep an eye on Narcissus.
anything else you noticed this morning you want us to be keeping eyes on?
If
I know
Lord
you're busy. I don't
Barazi
want to be getting in your hair.
if Lord Barazi comes to talk to you about anything regarding the egg, regarding your setup, regarding where your other two compatriots are, just calm him down, placate him, build up his ego. That's a big part of this job.
Wonderful. Easy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be going. We'll find our compatriots to let you know if there's any issues.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Sure.
And Stroud will go off to redirect and try and get someone subtly to watch Narcissus in the kitchen.
I think I'll just keep sort of keeping an eye on things while I wait for the rest of the group to show up.
Damn,
I know
against
Jax
the wall.
was going to go stay with their sister. I don't know where Simon went, though.
Hey, Simon goes where Simon wants.
It's true.
Probably at the bar. Well, not anymore. He's probably coming back from the bar, but you know.
Let's hope.
Yeah. Hey, he'll be fine.
So when you, Simon and Jax, you can get here whenever you're like feeling how long it would have taken you to get ready this morning, I suppose.
I feel like as soon as Jax is kind of done with making sure that their sister is taken care of, they're just dashing straight through. And I think that when they arrive to the estate, they're like going to try and take the sneakiest, most thief-like. They're gonna test how good these guards are, because that's like their first goal. They're like, okay, cool, it's the morning, let's run a test. Let's run an impromptu test and see if you guys can do what you say you can do. So they're going to look for like any holes in the security, and they're also going to be trying to find a route to climb up, because they can do second story work really well. And they're trying to see if there's any like, on this estate, in this building, are there any blind spots that they haven't spotted?
Okay. All right. So first, I would love for you to give me a perception check.
Sure. What is that? That is an 18.
Excellent. Okay. So you can see that the guards have been set up per the that you made with Captain Dowd. And what you can remember, in their rotations of the grounds, there was a spot that was a little bit like possibly shoddy, like someone could slip through if they don't maintain a tight formation on these rounds. And so I'm going to roll for them to see how well they do. I'm going to have you do a stealth check for me.
Brilliant. No worries. That is a 24.
Yeah, it is. Show up these guards.
Yes.
You notice that the guards who are doing this particular route right now are very much pre-morning coffee, not on their game, rolled a natural one could say, And absolutely, one, don't see you. Two, are in a heated argument about their personal lives, and a decision that one of them made regarding a serving wench that they both fancy, and how they've broken the best friend code, and how dare you, you know, I call dibs. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot of very juicy gossip. But you pretty much, like, you realize that they're so into it that you could just almost not sneak if you wanted and get past them, and they would have absolutely no idea of what you were trying to do.
Okay, so at this point, Jax is... One second while I decide whether I want to make this decision or not. Okay, cool. This says nothing about long rest or anything. I can kind of do that at will. So, I am just gonna... Jax decides to go, okay, cool. If there's this big glaring hole in here, let's see how much... let's see how much they can show up the security here, and especially Captain Droud, because I'm pretty sure that Captain Droud thinks that he runs a pretty tight ship.
Correct. Yeah.
Jax is gonna sort of changeling morph and transform into Alistair, the sort of like young, pubescent aristocrat boy in like beautiful like navy and gold gilded attire, quite a gentle, unassuming face, and just begin to have absolute free reign of the property, and it's just going to start robbing this place blind. Like, if you're this open, I think, and like not in like to actually steal something, but to prove a point. Like, I think are they going to try and steal the egg? I don't know.
So you can have definitely come up on the house in the direction of the room where the egg is being kept. And so there's a big bank of windows alongside that room. And you guys having been there, and especially you with, you know, knowing other thieves and being a thief yourself, would know how to get into this window pretty easily, and can have definitely gotten in
to the room. So I think that what Jax is going to do is absolutely take the egg. Is there some kind of like alarm system for this happening, or is it just like guarded but in this room?
It's guarded in this room. So far, you guys are the alarm system for this egg, as far as you know.
Okay, cool, great. Then what I will do then, great, excellent. Sorry, I just needed that little bit of information. Is I will take the egg, keep it in my satchel, and I'm gonna go and find Captain Droud.
Okay. Are you going back out through the window, or are you going through the main house?
No, I'm gonna like walk out of like from the inside of the door. Like, I'm gonna walk out from the room that we keep the egg in, and just like say like hi to the guards. Hello, how are you? Good day. Like, just like
there are guards outside the room.
Okay. Great. Guess you guys are just goofing off. Morning. How's everyone doing? Had your coffee?
All right. I'm gonna roll for the guards. The two guards that you know who are going to be stationed at this room. Their names are. Hold on. I got it. They're Bet, who is a human woman, and that's Bete, like fake French, and Figaro, a water genasi male.
Figaro. Bet and Figaro. Brilliant.
What great names.
Love it. Morning, Bet. Morning, Figaro. How are you all today? Actually, yes, no, I'm not Jax currently. Good day, Bet. Good day, Figaro. How are you all today?
Who are you?
I'd like you to take me to your I'd like you to take me to your captain, please. And I sort of like present my wrists and arms kind of like in like a take me to your leader, like arrest me kind of gesture.
Okay. You have weapons on you, obviously, as Alistair?
No. Everything is kind of concealed in like this really long navy tunic. Like, it's very like he's just a really sweet aristocrat boy.
Okay. They very confusedly grab you by each arm and very gently, because you are an aristocrat boy and they don't know who you are, so they're on guard about it, but because your face is so disarming, they're like, we don't want to manhandle a potential noble guest of Lord Barazi's. And that's the best. We'll take you to Captain Droud. And while they're walking you down the hallway, Bet and Figaro go back and forth. No, but shouldn't one of us stay here because then there's no guards in the room? And we didn't even check to see if the wait, hold.
I mean that sounds like a really good plan.
Here, and then Figaro runs back to the room, opens the door, and is like, the egg's gone. You have the. And then Bet will like hold you by the arms and be like, we are. Check his pockets. And Figaro's gonna try and do a pat down of you.
Right. Yeah, go for it.
And you haven't like it's just in your satchel, right? Like you haven't
I've just kind of placed it inside my satchel. Like I'm not actually trying to steal it from them because I know it's quite big, right? Like it's a quite a hefty egg. So yeah, I just put it in my satchel.
Okay. So Figaro finds it and is like, you stole the egg. And then he keeps it in the satchel, keeps your satchel, grabs you by the arm again, and they take you to Captain Droud.
Brilliant.
And Captain Droud sees them coming with you. Have you revealed to the captain that you've got this Alistair face as well as Jack?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I have not. This is absolutely otherwise how the hell would I rob the nobles?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. The captain is currently out like in one of the garden areas being like, okay, you got to make sure that, don't forget, this is your patrol route, to a couple of groups of guards before sending them on their way. And they come up to him and Beth's like, Sir, Captain, we found this, what was your name? Like, she is incredibly flustered. Normally, in times that you've met these two in the past, they were not this bad, but they also rolled a natural 1 on the check that I made for them.
Okay, great.
It's all just going shit.
Oh no!
Yeah.
We're screwed.
You're not used to this level of incompetence from the past 2 to 3 days that you have interacted with them. And she goes, what was your... This is a thief. He stole the egg from inside the room and didn't come in through the main entry door. And Captain Droud's just like, and you didn't tie him up? Do you have the egg? And Figaro hands it to him and he takes it out of the satchel and puts it, ties it so that he's got the satchel now.
Yeah.
Take this man to the dungeons.
Oh no! My name is Alistair of House Barazi. My uncle told me to come and test your security. And it's a wonder that I didn't simply walk off the ground with the egg.
I'm gonna need you to roll a deception check for me.
In our sort of like perusing of the area,
you can see that this is
okay. Cool. I'll start making my way over.
That's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, all right. This might be a really short game because my dice have decided you're the winners for everything.
Yes.
I even let him roll an advantage because I was like, Captain Droud knows Barazi's family. Like, that's part of his job. And the dice were like, not today. So you see Captain Droud hesitate and just say, well, you said your uncle hired you to test the security for the egg?
Well, he just asked me to, yes. Yeah.
Do this. Bet, Figaro, please return to your posts. My lord, if you would stay with me, we'll go address your uncle directly about the security of this egg, and where the other guards who should have been guarding it are located.
Can I have made it by now?
Yes.
I'll just be like, oh,
I'm there as well.
Alistair,
Vidani.
he's with us.
Forgive me, Captain. I only jest.
Are you... Someone please explain to me what is going on?
Well, you see, my associate Jax has told you numerous times that you have a hole in your security. 2 of your guards were having one of the most wondrous, arguments I've ever heard in my entire life. And I simply sauntered in to the property, climbed up the back end of the wall, and took the egg. And were it not for my desire to actually be taken to you, I could have walked off this property with great ease. Barely an inconvenience.
Did hire us to do the security. That's a pretty good hole that we found.
That is a pretty good hole that you found.
I think I'm gonna go stand with the egg. And I just walk off and I'm gonna go to take a post.
He hands you.
Oh.
He's you the
Oh,
egg.
he still has the egg?
He still has it. He hands you the egg and just says, I suppose that it was a good idea that we hired you all. If you could please.
Captain, we did discuss the I'm just spitballing. If you don't want this to be true, Rachel, it's totally fun. We did discuss the possibility of there being a decoy egg. This doesn't happen to be that decoy egg, does it? This is the real egg that was just sitting and grabbable by a child.
This was the real egg. We forgive me for trusting that our internal hires would not steal the egg from us when they were hired to
Distractions
protect
are
the egg in the
inevitable,
first place.
Capitan, but this is a bad start, I'm thinking. But
Yes, no, it's not a very good start at all. It's not a very good start at all.
a very good lesson to the folks that you have on the folks that you have watching the egg. I think now that they know it was very easy to take, maybe they will shape up a little bit.
So, Captain, I would advise you to, though you might think that some lowly ruffian thief urchins might not have the right to speak to someone of your rank and tell you how to run your ship, maybe you should listen to thieves when they tell you that they know how to break into your establishment.
Sort of seems like maybe lessons for everyone all around.
You see if feathers could drain of color, all of his feathers drain of color when you directly quote back to him things he said he thought in private to Lord Barazi about your group. And he just clicks his heels together, gives you like a respectful and horrified, embarrassed, angry salute, and just says, I will deal with my people, and we will make sure that there are no holes this evening. Thank you for your help.
Good.
And he heads away.
I'm going to say this is the moment where I walk in and like just sort of like walking in with the golden sash that is like the biggest one they have, but like way too tight, like across him, and is just going to say, hey, Al, you're here early. What's with him?
Thought I would teach him a lesson in some manners.
Oh, how'd
Yeah.
that go?
Very
Real good.
Cool. Is there like wine for breakfast, or is there breakfast?
Oh yeah, in the kitchen. Come with me.
Great.
The egg? Did he just give us the egg and walk away?
Vidani took the egg back to the room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Vidani, you've taken the egg back to the room. You see that Bet and Figaro are back outside the entrance. They see you, and they glance at each other, glance at you, and are just like, should we probably should have talked about this earlier, but should we have like a code word in case you're not who you say that you are, since you have an extra person also on your team? There's 5 of you now, right?
Well, Alistair might not be around too often. He sort of comes and goes as he pleases.
Is he going to be around, like, not in the room, but in the party? Trying to watch things?
Alistair does what he wants.
Okay.
Also, we can come up with a code word, but if I'm not who I say I am right now, that's not going to help you later.
Right, it's not. Okay, I guess we'll just... And Bet reaches out her hands and goes, I'll put the egg back in the room.
I think I'm gonna go keep an eye on it.
You're going to stay in the room? Okay. And Bet is going to open the doors for you, and she's going to leave the doors open and sort of station herself between, like, in that entryway so that she can keep an eye on you now that this has happened.
Okay.
She's trying to up her game since they failed so spectacularly.
Mm-hmm.
And Figaro's going to, like, take her lead on it, but be more of a in the hallway guy versus in the doorway guy. But Bet she also doesn't want to disrespect you by being all the way in the room with you.
That's fine.
So that's what's happening now out there.
Yeah. So I'll just put the egg back, and I'm just gonna, like, basically, like, walk the room.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I want to do a good search of the room and make sure that there's, I don't know, nothing hidden there, no hidden glyphs, no one planted a bomb.
Yes, yeah, go for it. Do
Stuff
it
like that. My investigation is not good, so this will be fun. 9.
You don't find anything except the open window. Unless,
cool.
Jax, would you have closed it behind you?
Probably. I probably would have shut it behind me. Actually, no. I probably would have left it open just to be even more obnoxious.
I can say it. Okay. That's all.
I will.
Open window that Jax obviously used.
Cool. I'm gonna
just footprint on any cushions or anything to mark their passage through this room.
Amazing. Under her mask, Vidani smiles, and is gonna close the window. I don't really have anything good.
All right, who is the group who is headed towards the kitchen for breakfast foods? All right. The 2 of you head to the kitchen where there's a lot of hustle and bustle, and you can see now that there is an additional... actually, you weren't in here before. So you see all of the chefs, cooks, and people of that nature, and you see one of Droud's 3 subordinates, one of his 3 main reports. Master Wright, Reight, Dragonborn, a gold Dragonborn, is now in the kitchen, and he is basically having like a cold breakfast sandwich.
Cool. I'm gonna walk towards wherever the meat is and just like grab a whole bunch and shove it in my mouth.
Great. If you make eye contact with Wright, he'll like point you over to where there's some breakfast food that has now been laid out for people who are not like Barazi's guests or Barazi's family to enjoy.
Yeah, I'm gonna just give him a nod. And as I'm walking, are there any like bottles of wine that look especially valuable, like especially nice bottles of wine?
In one of the pantries off of the kitchen that leads to the wine cellar, people are starting to bring out and bring up the drink for this party.
Okay, cool. Do I think if I was stealthy, I could get away with swiping one of those bottles?
You could try.
Okay. I think Simon's gonna like just stand in a corner and munch on some bacon or whatever. And then when he sees an opening, he is going to attempt to stealth and swipe one of those bottles.
Okay. Let's give it a stealth roll.
Oh my god, first roll of the game. Okay. 15?
You, despite all odds, against all odds, managed to steal a wine bottle. You get a wine bottle.
Cool. I grab it and just like put it in a pocket. And by pocket I mean like
Lord-
bag.
Lord-
Yeah. I don't
yeah,
have pockets that are that big. Despite the fact that I'm a man, my pockets are not that deep. But and then I think yeah, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna go back and stand by Jax.
Yeah, because I'm definitely like on the way here, I've absolutely shapeshifted back.
Mhm.
Like because I don't want to do that in front of anybody who would then remember that persona. Like in the kitchen. So Simon, what are you doing this morning?
Oh,
Well, you know, I'm here.
So you got that bottle of wine. What's your plans for it?
I figured, you know, we're doing this super fancy gig, might as well partake a little bit.
That's true. I'm pretty sure we could walk away with a couple of, sweet bits and bobs.
I don't think that's a bad idea, necessarily. Also, what happened before? Munches on more bacon as he's talking to you.
Well, I mean, I don't take kindly to people insulting us, so I just taught him a lesson.
All right, like a lesson that's gonna like cost us the job, or like a lesson?
No, a lesson. I just walked right in here, like no one was guarding the place. It's astonishing that they don't always have their stuff stolen this night.
Okay. Well, what'd you find? What were like the holes?
Well, our back entrance is really guarded by a couple of shatty cats. And just getting them started on like, they seem to be together, but they don't seem to like each other very much. So I feel like if they're easy to distract, like kind of flirt and charm one of them will kind of get jealous and then they'll be off fighting. And you can just sneak right in, climb up the back end of the building out of sight, open up that window, not even a lock on it, get inside. I took the egg and just marched it over to the captain. Well, they marched me over, but that was fun.
That's impressive.
It was a good morning, but I guess we got to find a way to make sure that isn't a leak for tonight.
I mean, I think it's gonna be an easy job. Like, there's like this guy seems kind of, I don't know, just a rich hoity-toity type who wants a little bit of a safety blanket. That's it.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're probably the biggest threat to the egg, honestly.
Yeah. It's really annoying that I booked this gig. But it's okay. You see that Jax is kind of like looking around at like really fancy like silverware or anything like around, and is casually trying to like pocket anything that is kind of shiny like a magpie. Just like somebody walks by, picks up a little like cake knife, or like just kind of taking things as they're talking.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Sure.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand check to see pretty much how much you are able to pick up.
Sure.
As you're doing this, I'm going to be like, hey, pick up some goblets for later.
Okay, cool. I got it. Okay, well, let's see if I roll well and got it. But it is a plus 11, so we'll find out. I mean, that is a 29. I rolled an 18.
Yeah. Drugs, man.
Oh, the biggest threat to House Barazi was hiring outside help. Okay.
The call is coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
We should really, at this point, we should just steal the egg and disappear. Like,
We should just leave.
do a hard redirect. Okay, so you like while you're talking, you sort of are directing Simon around the kitchen as well to like pick up other things to eat or like try stuff. And you have 2 full sets of gold silverware, 4 goblets that are 4 crystal goblets that are from, the set that they're going to use tonight. You managed to pick up like a couple of those little tiny forks that are for like cheese hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
And a couple of napkin rings that each are inlaid with yellow gems that you don't have time right now to like really determine what kind of gems they are, and a blue gem, which House Barazi colors. So you've got 3 napkin holders, 2 full sets of silverware, enough goblets for everybody for wine tonight, and you managed to get 2 more bottles of wine.
Oh, great. Awesome. 2 more bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be smelting all of that down just for the gold, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My guess is that you and I are very used to this song and dance at this point, that like I am just the big burly distraction, and like if anyone looks at us funny, I just do a little teeth bare and people skitter off. And then while I am just taking up space, you're just like
Yeah, I totally feel like it's like this really cool, like kind of comedy double act, but kind of like leaning into your size. So like you're like knocking shit over to make distractions. Exactly. Your tail kind of swings around, you're growling at people. Yeah. And I just kind of like go, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so terribly sorry. It's just, this place is really tightly organized. Like you should really get more room in here. We really need to be more inclusive, and just pocketing it the whole way.
At a certain point, the only reason that you sort of stop pocketing shit is because you see the head chef Torek, as it's going on a little while, he's like starting to come over to you like, you guys need to get the fuck out of my kitchen.
Okay. Sure.
You gotta go. There's 2 stuff. We've already like spilled 1 sauce. We can't do this again.
I kind of give him a glare and take some more pocket bacon for the road.
Yay.
That's all. He will glare right back at you. He's not going to be intimidated by
I'm feeling petty about this. I am going to like really give him a glare and try to intimidate him.
Okay.
Just because I can. Yeah, man. 16.
Can Simon use his strength instead of charisma for intimidation?
Can I also give the help action? Can I like, I don't know.
If you guys want to just blow this roll, I
do. I really do.
All right.
Okay, cool. Like I give Simon the help action by like taking out my daggers and just like moving my like coat away.
Hey, it helped. I got a natural 19, which gives me a 23. Just like glaring at this guy. I will like not break eye contact until he moves.
Torek's resolve he's just like, fine. He doesn't want to be beaten in his own kitchen, and so he takes a step away, but it's just kind of like, if you roll an insight check, it'll be like, please still leave, but he's not going to fight you on.
Honestly, I don't think I care. I think I just care about intimidating him.
And you're the alpha.
Care about results. That's all.
Awesome.
Where do you guys head next?
I guess for me, I would like to head to the egg room. Like their snacks have been procured. We've kind of done the stuff, and I guess the captain wanted us positioned inside the room. Yeah.
He does, yeah.
Okay, great. So I'm just gonna go.
Like a guard will come trying to find you or runner to you at some point to check that you guys are in the room or setting up or doing whatever you need to do to let you know that Captain Drought has talked to the men, replaced the 2 chatty Cathys with different guards that he is hoping will be more effective and less prone to infighting.
Okay, great.
and set those guys up instead in the ballroom.
Okay, great.
And told them that they gotta be silent. So.
Okay, great.
In the meantime, I have like a little flask of oil, and I just put some down on the windowsill, just in case that helps a little bit. And then I tore off like a small little like end of the sash, and I've just sort of like tucked it into the closed window so that if someone opens the window, it's gonna fall out, so we can see it. And then it's yellow, so hopefully we'll like notice if it is like on the floor later or something.
Cool.
I'm also gonna head to the egg room to sort of case the joint, figure out what we're doing.
Time between this and that, Slapdash has been just moving around looking for more, or not looking for more, but just listening to people, seeing if they're hearing any other commotions or points out of order, like the kitchen thing.
Awesome. Jax is just getting real comfortable. Like, gets out a lute, starts playing. In the room, yeah. Just getting real comfortable, settling in for the long haul. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Slapdash, can you give me a perception check, please? For on your rounds.
21.
21. Okay, great. While you are going through the house, talking to different servants, people like that, you hear a noise from one of the side rooms that sounds like someone throwing up.
Okay, like side rooms in the main house?
In the main house, yeah. At this point, you've sort of wandered in or are checking the area that is where more of the nobles are staying, where the guests are staying.
So I'll just give a little rap on the door and say, you're feeling unwell? Is there something I can get you?
And you hear a woman get up and come to the door and open it a little bit, and it's Lady Barazi. She goes,
my lady, apologies.
No, it's quite all right. If you could, perhaps, I've sent my lady's maid to go and get me a bit of bread, but she's been gone for a while. Could you? Don't tell anyone about this.
No, of course not, my lady's discretion. Sorry, that was dire, not Slapdash. Discretion is my middle name. I will find your. She said she sent her to the kitchens for food.
Maybe a little bit of food to see if it helps settle.
And some water, maybe. Yeah, I will. You stay here. I will be right back.
If you see my son, can you send him to our family rooms?
To the family rooms, of course.
Thank you. What was your name again?
Ido.
Ido. Thank you. Ido, you're guarding the egg.
Yes, I'm one of the egg's guardians. Yes.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Guardian of the egg.
That egg. Thank you.
An egg guard. All right, I will find your lady. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay. She closes the door and curtain. Okay. You notice the curtains were drawn in that room, and it's Yeah.
I go to. She said to the kitchen, right? Is where she sent her.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll head to the kitchen and ask the chef. Has the lady I already forgot her fucking name.
Lady Barazi.
Has Lady Barazi's maid been by? I've sent to check on her.
Oh yes, we already gave her some food from a lady this morning.
How has she been by recently? Just asking for a piece of bread, maybe? Some cold water?
I haven't noticed her. You'll have to ask Wright. He's been watching the kitchen.
Okay, I ask
him. Yeah. So the Wright is one of the underlings of the captain. Yeah. Okay, great. He will let you know. Oh yes, she came through. She grabbed some bits of bits of bread and a little, I think
How
maybe
long ago
sour
was this?
wine or something. You just missed her.
Oh. What door did she leave through?
That door, and he points over to one of the servants. What you would know is one of the servant hallways, sort of behind the main.
I tip my hat and follow.
Okay. Are you trying to be stealthy as you go down these hallways, or just?
Not. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm being stealthy.
Okay. Can you roll a stealth check for me, and then can you roll for me an intelligence check? How closely do you think Slapdash over the past few days would have tried to learn the servants' hallways and closely? Okay, then you can roll. Then I'm not gonna have you roll. Just for stealth.
Fuck. Oh, damn it. Okay. I have disadvantage on stealth. I don't know why.
Armor?
I don't think so.
What's your armor?
Oh, it's armor.
Okay.
I've got half plate on. I forgot about it.
Yep.
Oh. 8.
Oof.
Okay. After a little while, you can tell that you are in the area of the house that does lead to the family rooms and sort of the back entrances into those different rooms. And you hear ahead of you a door open and close softly that you can get up to and either open or close or listen at.
I would like to listen at the door.
You give me a perception check.
21. It was the exact same adding as before.
You hear soft voices in the room that is Lady Barazi's room that you were at before. And the lady's maid is just saying like, "My lady, you really should just rest. I think that you should skip the party. I don't think that this will be very good for you."
Very good.
Lady Barazi's like, no. Lord Barazi will not be pleased if we skip the party. We won't skip the party. It'll be fine. I'll just rest up until, and I'll look golden and resplendent, and we'll wear that stupid dress that's supposed to look like the egg, and it will be fine. Everything will be fine. And the conversation sort of continues from there, and you can hear that she's moving to the soft swish of skirts as they're moving around, but since you do not have the door open, you don't see anything.
Real fast, Dyer, Slapdash would know that Vadani is kind of a healer. In case that.
Yeah, no. I was thinking that.
Cool.
Slapdash is gonna. Do you think so? Here's a question. As one of the guards, have we been given full permission to go everywhere? Would it be weird if I knocked on this door all of a sudden? Like, would she freak out, or is it okay for me to be coming from the servants' quarters?
Professionally, from what you have, the permissions that you have been given, it is fine for you to be in the servants' quarters. But roll me an insight check to see how you think Lady Barazi might react.
Well, I mean, no, I'll just go around then.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just go around back to the main door and give a little rap.
Mm-hmm. The lady's maid opens the door.
I'll say, sorry, your lady sent me to make sure that you'd made it back from the kitchens, but I see you have.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's like his voice. To made it back from the kitchens, and you have, which is good. I just wanted to let you know I'm going to fetch a friend of mine who has some abilities that may help your lady settle her stomach a little bit before the party.
Oh, sir, I don't. That's very kind of you, but I doubt your friend can help my lady with what ails her.
My friend is very experienced in matters of all kinds. It would be good for the security of the building and your lady's health and safety if she had a quick look at her. Should I roll persuasion?
Yes. Yeah, you can roll persuasion.
19.
Well, if you think...
Won't take more than a minute of your time.
And she looks back and she's like, just be quiet when you come back.
Of course.
She needs as much rest as she can get.
Discretion is my middle name. I tip my hat, and I'm gonna go find Vidani.
Okay.
I really want, at this point, now that you've said it twice, for discretion to like literally be your middle name.
I also decided it is now my middle name.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Slapdash, discretion, Ito, Atsavani. Okay, so I will go find Vidani. You're with the egg, right? Is that what the was? Okay. So I'll poke my head in. You guys are all chilling in there now, right?
Mhm.
I'll just
Yeah.
poke my- like,
They got snacks, they got wine.
We're like, oh, this is a charming setup in here. I'm looking forward to this egg watch.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I've noticed something a little strange. First off, the lady of the house will be wearing a dress that looks like the egg.
What?
Hey.
I did not get a chance to see it. Oop, I did not get a chance to see it. What the fuck? It's like really fun flubbing like this in front of like a professional voice actor. I just want you guys to know that I feel like it's really cool.
I do it literally all the time.
And great. It's good I put so much makeup on, or else I would be bright red.
It's all good.
Which would suit my character because he's kind of reddish brown and whatever. So anyway, so I didn't get a chance to see the dress that looks like the egg, but if I was making some sort of intricate heist plot, that might be a point I would be considering. So keep in brains. In the meantime, she's also, I think, pregnant. Heads up. Vidani, she's having some morning sickness issues. Vidani, can I borrow you? I said we would have someone with some medical experience take a quick look at her. Would also get you the opportunity to get into that room and A, see the dress, B, scope out the maids a little closer, see if you see any other entrances and exits.
Of course.
Wonderful.
Just because you got some cash doesn't mean you got any taste.
No, I'm very much gathering that from the decor around here. Whoosh.
Lots of yellow and teal.
The tapestries. I just feel like there's no need for so many.
Yeah, just kind of like never ending.
It really does. You know, the work is very fine. I appreciate the craftsmanship, but I just don't think one family needs, what have I seen? Maybe 300 tapestries so far? That's a lot of tapestries.
And they're all of House Barazi's personal house history.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow.
I love it. I will have pointed out to Simon and Jax the oil and the cloth and all of that.
Good plan.
Jax, you went in on that too. I feel like your eyes would be good for that kind of thing.
You mean pregnant ladies, or?
I mean the whole like egg, whatever. If someone wanted to do, I don't know.
Okay. I'll go scout out the joint and do these people's job for them.
We
Fine.
can trust you here, right, Simon? You got this on lockdown.
You know it.
If she's feeling uncomfortable with too many people knowing, I don't know if all three of us
I think
go in.
Vidani, you should go in the room. I'm going to check on the outside, and then Jax, there's a servant's entrance that goes around the back of that.
Okay.
We could get your eyes on maybe the ins and outs on the room through that side. I'll check the front, you check the back. Vidani, you check the body.
Got it.
Yeah, as we head off, I point Jax in the direction of the passageway that went behind the room.
Yeah, they're just gonna like Naruto run in that direction.
And so I come up to the door and I rap, and when the woman, this time I'm gonna say it. First off, I need to apologize. I did not catch your name the first time that I spoke to you, and I am feeling very rude about that.
Pennel.
What?
Pennel?
Pennel. Okay, sorry. What was Dyer, not Slaps.
E-N-N-E.
It's very nice to meet you, Pennel. My name is E, though. You can call me Slapdash. Miss Pennel, it's very nice to meet you. I'm just E, though, but you could call me Slapdash. That is what my friends call me.
Can you spell her name one more time?
E-E-N-N-E-L.
Like fennel, but with a P.
Fennel, but with a Pennel.
As I
I
said,
kept thinking like one letter, and I was like, these aren't making sense.
as I said, I have brought my friend. She's going to take a quick look at the mistress of the house. I promise, again, we will be discreet, quick, and quiet. And I sort of usher Vidani forward.
Right this way. And you see Lady Barazi is on chaise lounge.
Are they letting me in the room, or are they kind of closing the door in my face?
And we'll let you in the room.
Okay, great. Then I definitely come in the room and am being another set of eyes.
Okay. So in the room, what you see is you're in a sitting room. The curtains are drawn, so it is pretty dimly lit. There are doors off to the side that you assume lead to her personal bedroom and her like getting ready area, etc., things like that. This is sort of the receiving room where she can relax or greet people, whatever she needs it for. And Pennel helps her sit up as you come in, and she says, hello, thank you so much. I have seen a midwife and a doctor already. It's just this.
Well, my lady, with the timing being so close to the Night of Long Darkness, it's always good to have someone with a little more expertise.
Yes.
Sure.
Expertise in not only matters of the body, but matters of the darkness and subterfuge as well. It'll be just a quick look.
You're a priest of the dark?
No, of course not, my lady, no. But she is good at detecting thoughts of all kinds.
You can read minds?
Ails of all kinds. I'm trying to be calming!
I'm gonna tell you right now. It's
not working.
All right. And they are both now looking at Vidani like she is a spooky witch master shaman woman. And
I mean, the mask probably does not.
Probably true. So we're gonna come back to that in 1 second. Jax.
Yeah.
Quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Or not servants' quarters, in the servants' hallways.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? What are you doing? Let's hallways.
I guess I'm just taking sort of the lead from my colleague, my friend, and seeing what there is to be seen. So I guess the first thing I would want to do is probably some kind of like
I rolled really bad sneaking before, so if you do a good job, maybe something different will happen.
Oh, okay, cool, awesome. So I'm gonna like
metagaming. Sorry, but
that's okay. I'm gonna come in, have a look here, and kind of sneak around. Like I guess these the servants' quarters were like kind of on the list of things to be concerned about, but they all feel like they lead internally, because that's what they would kind of do. But I'm looking for whatever could be around here. I'm just gonna sneak through the space and see where they lead and get a better understanding of them.
Can you give me a stealth and an investigation check, please?
Sure. Okay, first one I'm actually good at. So stealth is, what is a 7 plus 11? An 18.
18. Okay, great.
So like, and then I'm going to use this die because that one's being bad to me. You wanted an investigation, so that's not one.
No, the dice are turning.
All right.
Fun.
From what you've done the past few days, you don't get lost in these hallways because you know where they're going. And you don't see another servant for quite some time while you're doing your search. But then right at the end, as you're getting towards Lady Barazi's servants' entrances to her 2 different rooms, because she's got one for her like main sitting area and then also one for her personal bedroom. Someone comes scurrying up and sees you and is like, it's a little gnomish woman, and she goes, what are you doing back here?
Well, I'm doing my job. Scouting out the area.
You're scouting? Are you looking for things? Are there thieves? Are there thieves afoot already?
There could be thieves afoot already.
Should we go together?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, safest together, right? You're very strong. I'm not.
Sure. Yeah, I can help you out. Actually, do you know like the ins and outs of like these servants hallways?
Oh, why, yes, I do. You see, I am the personal nanny to his impending self. The new lord once his father, God rest his soul, if he should ever die. So I know quite a few of the crevices and nooks and crannies around here, since my lord ship's son does go wandering quite a bit, and quite frankly, if you could help me find him, we would both get to go where you want to go, probably.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. You must be like a really important person in the house. Jax is just like laying it on thick, laying it on like the flattery, a little flirtatious, just like, yeah, show me around, take me wherever you gotta go. Yeah.
She asked me to find her son, so this is good that this is happening.
Boy, right?
Beg your pardon?
You've seen the boy. You know what he looks like?
Oh yeah, I think I do know what he looks like. Yeah, like I would have seen a picture of him. There's like 300 tapestries around the house. Like his face is everywhere. Great.
His face is actually in far less of the tapestries.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, great. Okay, great.
Bastard.
So she will take you around.
Yeah.
And, like, literally to all the nooks and crannies and crawl spaces. And after a little while, you get the sense that like these are the places where she thinks the sun is that she doesn't necessarily want to go in because they're dirty.
Okay.
No! And so she'll just be like, "Oh, I don't fit." But she's a small gnomish. That would fit. And it's just like trying to have you go in.
Oh yeah, I'll absolutely do it. I grew up on the streets. I am not bothered. Like, fine, yeah, whatever. I'm in and out of that's calm.
So in your searching around, you do find a couple of little areas that could probably be reinforced with some extra security, or like the very discerning eye. It would take them some time, and it would over under on whether or not it would cause loud noises for them to get through certain areas, because they would have to either like dig or like maybe quietly break down a wall or have a distraction somewhere else or something along those lines in order to like make an entrance work into the house this way. But you could see how someone might do it. You can take note of those different things to tell.
Yeah.
And eventually,
just like a general awareness. I think I'm just gonna let him know of their existence and then see what he wants to do about them. But like, it's good that I know where they are now.
Yes. So you find those places, and you'll be able to clock and remember them. Eventually, you do find Lord Barazi's son in the library. He has climbed one of the tallest shelves and sort of stuck himself in this little space that's between the top of the shelf and the top of the ceiling, and it has been reading a book.
Hey, champ.
His you will remember is Aestus.
Hey, Aestus, Lord Aestus. So everybody's kind of looking for you. I think it's time to maybe come out of there. I know it looks real cozy and comfy, but
and you see that he's got like a little blanket up here and like a little stuffed critter. He's 8, so he's just a little kid. Do I have to?
Well, I think like so there's a real cute gnome lady that's running around looking for you. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to come to the party?
No, he doesn't like. He's only gonna let me be out here for a little while, and then I'll have to just go to my room and listen to the music from my room.
Well, I mean, I guess that's because you're just a kid, but you can have fun for a little while. You got any friends around here, or?
Oh, this is Pickle, and he holds up a little his stuffy's a little porcupine.
Oh, is that little guy your only?
Well, you don't need to have a lot of friends when you're the son of a lord, though, is what Mama says.
Oh, okay.
Let's adopt him. We're gonna steal the egg
and this small, like neglected boy. Okay. I can understand that, but I think like having friends can be fun. I can be your friend.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because like you see like Jax really like takes a shining to him because they just really love little kids. Like they can really relate to this little boy. And their esteem of this family is really dropping dramatically. Because this child like has essentially been abandoned. And is kind of being raised by other people. Which is, if you need help, fine, but there's like no love. It doesn't feel like there's no friends here. So I think what Jax is gonna do is kind of like coax him out of this little cute, comfortable spot that he's got, and like get him on their back for like a piggyback ride, like through with the little gnome lady, and like wherever the little gnome lady wants him to go, Jax is gonna go via like the kitchen, like any servant's area they can, and like looking particularly for like other kids, like kids of the servants. Like there should be other young people on this property working jobs, maybe. I don't know what the society's like, but like there should be other young people here, and just kind of sort of like breaking a barrier for him as much as possible. Obviously, the servants are going to react how they choose to react, but just kind of like showing him the rest of the property that he's not maybe necessarily engaging in.
Yes. Okay. So as you take him around, searching for other kids, you realize that there aren't, even if there should be, there just aren't any other kids on this property. And as soon as you said that you would be his friend, Aestus has like opened up to you. He's chatting to you about all the different places around the property, and you realize that he gets around this place. Like he probably knows it as well as you do. Like if he were to be taught some thieving skills, could easily case this joint.
Okay, cool.
How well he knows his own home. And he also chatters to you about how much time he spends with his mother.
Okay.
And how Mama says, though, that they can't be best friends because best friends shouldn't be parents and like different things like that. And like he'll tell you different stuff about his gnome nanny while she is like running behind you trying to keep up and like trying to fuss and be like, we should get back to your roots. You have to get dressed for the party and we have maybe a lesson to do.
I'm absolutely gonna try ditch this gnome. Like I am ditching this gnome, and like I'm still gonna do my job and go around the property and stuff, but like this kid's gonna have a fun day. Like that's happening today. I'm gonna try and outrun her, hide, like scamper away, stealth away from her.
Let's do because I want this to be like a check to slip away from her.
Yeah.
But stealth with a boy on your shoulders feels
it's tricky.
hard. So I'm going to say that this is going to be a high DC. You need 17 on the die or higher in order to make this happen.
Okay.
Let's completely slip away from her. Yeah.
To completely slip away. Got it. That's 11, so 22, but it's 11.
22 total, but it was a die. Okay.
Yeah.
After a while, Aestus sort of picks up on what you're trying to do because he too has ditched this gnome often. And he whispers in your ear and he goes, you know, sometimes if I say to her, I'm the Lord and you have to do what I say, she does do it because she gets afraid. So maybe we can, should we try it?
Let's try it. You go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Should I? Okay. Turn around it.
Okay. I'm turning around.
Oh, my goodness. We've stopped running. Good. Perfect. And he just goes, Honey, we have to do a very important job and you have to go away now, and I'm his lordship, so you must do it. You want to try and like aid him in any way, like
like I kind of do like an ornate like salute and bow, like I sort of like click my heels and do a little like bow down. I'm not trying to intimidate her. I don't want to scare her. She's just doing her job.
Yeah.
But I'm absolutely adding like flourish to his words. Actually, I'm gonna give him bardic inspiration.
Okay.
He's gonna get a bardic inspiration to use on this. Actually, that makes more sense. So use your staff, Unati.
Hold on. Take your bardic inspiration off because I'm gonna have you roll for him instead. Because I think one, your stats are probably higher than his. Two, I've been rolling like garbage, and it would be really depressing if I just rolled a natural one on this roll. I haven't hit above a 9. So if you could roll a persuasion check on behalf of his lordship Aestus.
Brilliant. Okay, cool. Let's see what comes up.
Just have something randomly attack me, Rachel, and your dice will get it together.
Right.
Okay, so that's a 19 on the die, so that's a 31.
Excellent.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
The nanny she is 1, incredibly impressed by the two of you. 2, taken aback that he has pulled the lordship card. And 3 is like, if I just set out his clothes, I trust this person to get him back to me before the party. They don't want anything bad to happen to Aestus, and I don't want anything bad to happen to Aestus. So she just goes, my lord? My lord, you are quite right. And she gives a big curtsy and she leaves. And so now you and Aestus can go around.
And so while he's kind of like showing me around, I think I do kind of want to teach him how to like pickpocket, or I also want to teach him how to like pick locks.
Okay.
Like just like in the same way that like I was taught on the streets, like I'm like teaching him like the lessons of the school of life. Like I'm like imparting my wisdom.
This sounds like if it were a Disney movie, this would be a musical number.
Yeah. This is number dash montage. That is okay, so
Every pocket.
That's gonna be most of your day. So now we're gonna
Yeah.
go to Vidani and Slapdash with Lady Barazi. So she has sat up. She looks a little green, but she looks a little green and a little wary because now they are convinced that you're a shaman woman. So how would you like to?
I'm being polite and turning my back to the ladies as they do their whatever, which means I'm like looking at the walls and stuff.
And I'm gonna have you do a perception check in 1 moment.
I'm just gonna like, I don't know how to set her at her ease. This is not good strong suit for me. Okay, I'm just gonna like
She is
like
right now
slowly
her lady's maid's hand, like her gripping very firmly, but trying to present herself as cool.
I'm just gonna like slowly, non-threateningly approach and just kind of like sit on the edge of the bed, and hold out my hand.
Sorry, you're in her parlor right now.
Okay, cool. So sit just
lounging sort of.
Okay, cool. I'll kneel on the ground next to her and kind of like hold out a hand, and then something I forgot to mention, and we'll just say it's because everyone else is used to this at this point. Everyone's going to hear just in their heads when I speak. I would say, you have nothing to be afraid of. I'm just going to do, I just want to make sure there's nothing else going on. Okay. I'm going to take her hand, and then I'm going to do a medicine check. Don't fail the dice. That was terrible. I got an 8.
You feel her wrist for her pulse, and you do a technique that you learned from acupuncturists, where when you're feeling her pulse, you are feeling to see if you feel a secondary pulse of her baby. I worked at an acupuncture office. This is real. They do this. And you feel that it is a fairly strong pulse for the child. So this is probably just what you're assuming average run-of-the-mill ordinary morning sickness.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna
I'm sorry, real quick, just in case there are any pregnant viewers watching, when I say average run-of-the-mill morning sickness, I recognize as a human being that it's horrible and it's not flippant. Just want to be so you're champions and scholars and you have great boobs. Thank you. Okay. Back to this.
Cool. I'm gonna take her hand, and then I'm gonna put my other hand over top of it. And then there's gonna be just like a warm energy that comes from it, and I'm gonna spend a key point to use my hand of healing. I would heal hit points, but I'm assuming she's not down any hit points. But I can also use it to remove a poison condition. I don't know if that's gonna do anything, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
I like it. All right. Yeah, we'll say that clears up her morning sickness for the day.
All right.
The color returns to her cheeks, and she's, I feel so much better. Thank you.
My pleasure.
You do.
Just a little healing.
Are you part of an order? Should we an order of midwives or something that we could perhaps look for after you're gone? Would you be interested in staying?
Sorry. I can come back to check on you, but our jobs take us all over, so I don't know how long I'll be in the city.
If I could get my husband to pay you a hefty sum, would you be interested in this as a job? Obviously, there's there would be a time commitment aspect to it, and it would be over in the requisite number of months. But is that a thing you'd be interested in?
Let me think about it. Let's see how today goes.
All right. Thank you.
And then I am proficient with an herbalism kit that I carry. So I would like to, if I can, like make like a little tea from stuff I have, to be like, if you do feel it returning, or tomorrow if I am not around, this should also help with your morning sickness, and just give her a little tea.
Give me a proficiency check with your herbalism kit. You can add your let's add your wisdom to it, since you are a monk, and that is probably higher than your intelligence. And then Dyer or Slapdash, if you could roll that perception check for me.
It is a dirty 20.
Nice. All right. You brew what you are assuming is going to be a pretty effective tea. And you get enough of the leaves combined together for her so that it could like last a couple of days. It can do a couple of days.
I got an 11.
All right. You are looking around this room. You see where the servant's door is, just based on your previous knowledge of everything. It looks like an average room. Were you looking for anything in particular? Or
Is the dress in here?
The dress is not in this room.
Okay. Then once Vidani wraps up everything, to say to Pennell, say, Miss Pennell, if you wouldn't mind, no, what did I sound like? I'll figure it out. If you wouldn't mind, I've heard the dress is something to see. Could we maybe take a quick look at that?
Give me a persuasion check for this one.
Okay. I'm trying to be charming while doing this. Yeah. I'm sure that doesn't help, but
she does already like you, so it is going to be a lower DC than it might have been.
What was sorry? Persuasion?
Yes.
I rolled a 19, so 22.
Penna looks down at Lady Barazi. It is a spectacular dress, my lady. And she just goes, spectacular is one word to use for it. She gets up and she goes, and she opens the doors to her bedroom, and
I make sure Vidani is coming too.
Yes, yeah, she gestures to both of you to see the dress if you'd like. On the dress form is a dress that is gold, like the egg, and then has just got a bunch of gems sewn into it in the pattern that is on the egg itself. And then the necklace or the neckline is covered in pearls, and that is reminiscent of over the top of the egg. There's pearls around the top of it, and it's just got a lot of ruffles and poofs and looks really heavy and gaudy. And you can both give me additional perception checks.
I'm sorry, I just want to clarify that did this woman's husband decide to dress his pregnant wife as an egg?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just as long as clear.
Now it's not egg shaped. Like it is like a poofy dress, but it matches the pattern. Like if you go in and see the egg and then you see her dress, you'll be like, oh wow, it's
too metaphorical. I got it. Okay, cool. Great. Excellent. As you were.
Yeah.
Like literal objectification of a partner. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just kill him, take the egg, and take the kid.
Honestly, I feel like
this just turns into assassination. If we can just make it seem like an accident, he just quietly dies, and then
happy
the rest of the house will be fine.
Yeah. Hey, if that's the direction you guys want to take, I've created the world for you to play in, and I want you to have fun. So let's do it. Let's have fun. Are we doing perception checks?
Yes.
But
30-20.
30-20. And Vidani?
8.
Okay. Vidani, this dress looks legit. Slapdash, you have been around rocks long enough to know when gems are good and when they're not as good. So if anyone were to ask you, should we steal this dress? You'd be like, honestly, No.
No. Okay.
Amazing.
You broke Unati.
You've been around rocks long enough. Yeah.
Rocks long enough, you know. You're an earth Cassie, you can tell.
Yeah. That's true. You just tell. He's like, no.
Ain't it? This ain't it.
Oh,
So
that's
when I
great.
see it, I'll be like, that probably weighs a lot,
Yes, it does.
but not as much as one would expect. Am I right?
What?
I'm basing that on the fact that the gems look like they're made from glass and not actual.
Not actual gems. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she does look at you. The Lady Barazi looks at you like, what do you?
Doesn't know.
It's a very heavy dress.
Oh no, absolutely. I'm sorry. I was just making a comment because you are so strong. To support your husband in this way, it probably weighs nothing to someone as mighty as you, my lady.
I would like to insight check
Slapdash seeing if she knows that her dress is cheap as fuck.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see if Vidani can now figure out that, I was wrong. Those rocks are crap.
But is it comfortable to move in? Seems like
No. Have you ever worn a dress? I mean, this is the nicest possible way, but have you ever worn a dress?
I don't wear much other than this, honestly.
There are a lot of aspects to dresses like this that are very heavy. Pennell, could you and Pennell will go over to the dress and just like start lifting up the layers and like show you the different pieces of a dress and what goes into the construction of the corset and the petticoats and the underline, blah, blah, blah.
Notice anything suspicious amongst that?
No, because you've never worn a dress.
Does Vidani notice anything suspicious amongst that?
I don't know that Vidani's ever worn a dress.
I don't think she's ever worn a ball gown.
We are not the party for this mission.
Yeah, so we both are just standing there like, wow.
Yeah, if the dress is rigged, we're not the people to know.
Vidani, what did you roll on your insight check to see what Slapdash was trying to get at?
17.
Oh, I feel like with that you can figure out that this dress is the gems on this are not. Yeah.
I have a clarifying question. Is the lady obviously pregnant?
No.
Like to people who don't know symptoms? Okay. So, great. So then the dress wouldn't necessarily be hiding that as a thing because like she doesn't need to hide it at this point.
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah. She still looks unpregnant to the untrained eye. She's still early. It's early enough.
Okay.
Well, we should probably return to our posts.
Yes. Guarding the actual egg.
The actual egg. Well, maybe we will be getting confused with the dress so beautiful, worn by such a beautiful woman. It's hard to tell what is truly the Lord's most prized possession. Is it the egg, or is it you, wearing the facsimile of the egg? If you need us, you know where to find us. Again, my name is Ido. This is Vidani.
Thank you so much.
I'll
see you later tonight. And Pennell will show you both out. And you can head back.
It was lovely to meet you as well, Miss Pennell, and I'm going to give her a hand a little.
Thank you.
We do. I do a big bow to the lady, of course, as well.
And
but I just gives a nod.
As Pennell closes the door, you just hear her go, well, they were very nice.
As we walk back, I nudge Vidani and I'm like, we were very nice. And I'm also going to say, did you notice anything when they were lifting up the dress? Was there anything? I don't know very much about dresses.
I don't either. There were a lot of layers.
There were a lot of layers, but I think, from their behavior, it seemed like that was normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful. It seems so uncomfortable.
Very difficult to move in.
Very difficult to move. How are you supposed to do anything? Like, they're supposed to dance at these things, right? Is she able to dance in that?
I suppose people do, don't they, in ball gowns? It's pretty impressive then when you think about it.
For the ball, you know, you're supposed to wear a gown for the ball. You dance at a ball. I don't. Maybe she's just supposed to stand there and look pretty and say welcoming things to people. That's probably it. Well, I hope Jack's got a good look at the back entrances. Because I didn't really
as you
notice
say
very much
that,
in them.
outside you see Jax running with a small child on their shoulder.
We like out the window. We're like, well, they found something else fun to do. So, oh, actually, shit. We were supposed to be like, the lady did ask me to bring the child to the quarters. Looks like Jax has that covered though. So,
I don't know if I trust Drax to take him where he's supposed to go, but
probably somewhere better than he's supposed to go, like for the sake of the child. So I'm not too stressed about it. Grand scheme of things.
True.
All right. And you guys head back to the room.
Yeah, as we head back, I'm like, I wonder if Simon has killed and eaten any intruders yet. That would be pretty cool to see.
Simon, what have you been up to, my friend?
Tell me about the layout of this room.
All right, so the room that you are in is lusciously appointed with some chairs and additional tapestries. The tapestries in this room are the deep lore history of House Barazi from when they were more closely related to the kings of the realm than they are now. Now they're more like distant cousins, but used to be that one of the sons of House Barazi was the king's brother. So these are like two fire genasi fighting side by side against a dragon by a volcano and like the other depictors of that kind of history. The servant's entrance to this room is behind that tapestry, but it is something that you've already cased and know about.
Put the egg in a place with multiple entrances?
It's a beautiful room. He wants everyone to be impressed in this room. So there are 4 candlesticks as well to prevent the darkness from getting in. The candles haven't been lit yet, but they're giant gold floor candelabras, and they're in each corner of the room, far enough away from the tapestries that they won't light anything on fire.
Thank you.
But there are 4 of them, so that it's like, oh, we've got an extra shield of light in addition to these people who will be guarding the room. There's the main entrance doors. It's a double door that opens. And then it's a big square. And when I say a big square, I mean like it is parlor sized. So there's enough room in here. I know parlor size is maybe a bad descriptor, but there's enough room in here for you guys to be comfortable and to move around, and for guests to basically come in, do a turn around the egg, and leave.
Like the crown jewels and shit, where you just walk around.
Yeah.
This idiot is going to show off this egg. Okay, fine.
That's also part of the reason why you guys are in there, to prevent people who are in the room from doing shit to the egg.
Sure.
How far apart are the candelabras from each other? Like, how big is the room altogether?
The room altogether is 20 by 20.
Okay.
And the candelabras are probably they're like 5 for ease of the map that I don't have up for you right now. They're about 5 feet in from each wall, in the corners around, and then there's like some scattered, like there's like little couches for you guys to sit on against the walls. But other than that, the floor is pretty clear. And then across from the double doors is the bay of windows. And then 4 windows that can open. And I'm going to say that with the oil that you had in your flask, it's enough oil to cover the sill of all 4 of those areas. You can have torn your sash so that if any of them are opened, the little colors will fall down. The one servant's entrance is at the corner of where the windows begin, and the other wall, that's where that tapestry is. It's a very small door, and that is the only other way into the room besides the obvious windows and the obvious double door.
To the left or to the right when you come in the room?
When you come in the room, it is to the left.
Oh man, I drew it on the right side. Okay.
Are the candelabras, so like the egg is cordoned off, right? And then there's a path around the egg. Are the candelabras also cordoned off, or are the guests right up against the candelabras?
The candelabras are not cordoned off.
Okay.
Are against the candelabras.
Great. And then is the egg in the center?
The egg is in the center. Smack dab in the center, resplendent, beautiful, so that everybody can walk around it in ooh and ah and leave.
Great. I'm gonna check out the candelabras. And sort of like see what the structure of each of these candelabras are, like what they're made of, how many candles are involved, all that kind of stuff.
Sure. They are very heavy. It looks like they're probably gold plated versus actual gold. So it's a very heavy metal base with sort of 3 very decorative little legs to it. It goes straight up. It is about 5.5 feet tall. And that's the pole itself. And then decorative candle holders branch out from the top. There are 4 of them, and they sort of match the filigree of the feet. And then there are 4 unlit candles, very tall, in the candle holder. And if you asked any of the servants, they would tell you halfway through the night they're going to be bringing candles to switch out so that there's always lit candles in these candelabras for the superstition of the Night of Long Darkness.
Okay.
Because as the candles stand now, they'll burn out in a couple of hours.
And we see that when we discussed this initially, we asked the servants to have the candles be exchanged in shifts, so that there's not a one time when all of the candles are being changed at the same moment.
Yes, they wouldn't have done. They would reassure you that it's going to be 2 candles changed in one candelabra at one time, and then 2 since there's 4 candles in each candelabra, they switch them out so that it's all staggered.
And then
also
discussing it, I think Slapdash would probably also note that the candelabra, if the darkness is what is causing the problems, then we need to make sure that there is no opportunity for darkness. So I think the good positions for us, we should always have eyes on the candelabras. We are all stand by one candelabra.
That there are other candles that are lit throughout the house, and there is a giant candle that is being set up throughout today on the front lawn, and that's where the ceremony for the lighting of the candle is going to happen. And this candle is large enough so that, in theory, it will stay lit from the beginning of the party through sunrise the next morning.
Sorry, and I just want to say I think we probably would have established that we know which servants are going to be changing out the candles so that we know them by sight.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, sorry.
Are the candelabras like solid metal the entire way through, or are they constructed in pieces?
Solid metal the entire way through.
Okay.
How heavy would you estimate they are? Just curious. So don't give me a number because I won't know what the number means. But is that something that Simon could potentially, being a very strong owlbear thing, pick up and smack someone with?
Yeah. It could 100% be used as a weapon. Yeah.
Whatever you are.
That's fine.
But someone small could not.
A smaller person would not be able to wield it. It would definitely need to be.
Okay, cool.
I think this whole party could heft them comfortably.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. I think you all are pretty strong. Maybe Jax would have the hardest time, but
Um, yeah, I wouldn't have a great time. I mean, it's doable, but it wouldn't be my first choice. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I am pretty strong. Yeah, I can do it.
Are people like coming in and out of the room, like walking by? Like, how visible is everything right now? Like, are people fucking off and doing their own thing, or are there people around?
For the most part, people are doing their own thing, getting the house ready for the party tonight. The only person who is sort of steadily with you the whole time is Bet, because she is still splitting. She's still got the door open and sort of is standing within it. Just because of the things that happened earlier this morning with Alistair.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go up to Bet.
Okay.
In like sort of like using my full height to my advantage, and I'm gonna go up to her and be like, didn't you have a friend or something?
Figaro? And then you see around the other side of the door, Figaro's just in the hallway.
Oh. So apparently Alistair got through the window.
Yeah. Yes.
And you've secured the window, right? From the outside, so that doesn't happen again.
I mean, we didn't seal them or anything.
But did you make sure the area around it is like, you know, trapped or something?
We didn't set up any traps. Were we supposed to set up traps? Did Drow...
I mean, I would, personally.
Drow told us that we're the guards for outside this door. Can you roll me a persuasion check?
Any chance I can make it intimidation instead? Because
Sure.
I'm scary?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Let's see. Nope. Doesn't matter. It's 8.
I'm sure Drow would have set something up, especially after this morning. Did you see anyone outside the windows?
Personally, in order to make an impression, I try to go above and beyond in all of my jobs. But I don't know if that's really the vibe here. Seems like you all are just sort of coasting.
Do you want that to be part of your intimidation check, or would you like
Yes.
to try to make a separate persuasion check?
No, intimidation.
Okay, so that will have to be included with your 8, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I don't get to roll again?
No.
Then persuasion.
Well, you need to do persuasion to try a different tactic, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm just saying, as one guard to another, it's good to watch your back. 7.
Not meant to be.
I'm watching you now. So the door's open and I'm standing here. So that's more than what Drow told us to do, to guard the egg. We're your backup. We're supposed to be your backup, and now I'm making sure that you don't pull one over on us.
What?
Sir?
Why would we're hired to guard the egg. Why would we take the egg?
Alistair took it this morning, so...
Alistair is kind of an asshole, honestly. He was trying to prove a point about how you should be more prepared, and I tend to agree with him.
Well, Figaro, go check and see if there's any traps outside the window, if they set anything up. And Figaro's going to look between you two and run off down the hall as fast as he can to go check with Captain Droud.
Finally, geez. And then I'm gonna walk back in the room and just kind of like set up against a wall, be like this, making a show of like, oh my god, these people are so incompetent. And then I'm gonna wait until there's a moment where she is looking away, and then I'm going to open the wine, the fancy wine that I got. And then I'm going to spike it with a little extra something extra.
Okay.
And then
Sleight of hand check.
yeah. Ooh, very good. 24.
Nice.
Spicy.
My highest roll of the day, and still not enough. You manage it. You do it. There's a certain point where there's a commotion down the hallway, and she peeks her head outside and looks down, and you have enough time to
Great.
walk the line with a little extra fun.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna re-cork it if I can, like some kind of like put a stopper in it of some kind and put it back in my bag.
Okay. All right, you do it. You do that. You guys have come back to the egg room now to see, unless Simon, did you want to do anything else?
Nope.
All right. Jax, you and Aestus are going all about.
Yeah.
Did you want to be doing that up until the point where the party is like gonna start and your job needs to start? Or like around the noon lunch hour, will you part ways and
yeah, I think so. I'm kind of doing two things. I'm just gonna let Jax be a little bit of a dick. I'm kind of doing two things. I'm kind of gonna probably do it up until the party starts because I kind of want to see the people arrive. Like I want to be able to get a read on people's faces, and as that's starting to happen, then I'm going to slowly start making my way back. And I think Aestus's dad be damned. I think that up until like the first guests, basically I want to like either I have to like use one of Aestus's secret spots where he can hide out and wait instead of going back up into his room when he's no longer meant to be at the party, so that he can have a little more fun. So I don't actually think it's a good idea to keep him in the room in case something happens, because then I'd have to take care of a kid. But I just like, I kind of want to encourage him to like not go to his room and sneak around now that I've shown him how to pick locks and things. So I think towards the end of the day, once I've got a good read on some of the guests coming in, who are these hoity-toities, then I'm going to go up to the room. Just because I know that I would know that people are going to be coming into the room to view. So I want to see as many people as possible so that I could notice anybody who look like they didn't arrive with the like official bump so and so. If that makes sense.
Okay. It does. You also have been given previous to now a list of all of the guests with brief about them. So you'll be able to we'll do an intelligence check to see how many, like the quantity of faces to names per what's on this paper you can identify beyond the like Lord such and such, a house such and such who does XYZ. Also I will have Aestus will be with you up until the point where he's like, I really gotta go get ready. Put on his like nicer clothes and get cleaned up. And has been very excited about this whole day and picking locks, and has told you exactly which little nook cranny in the ballroom he's going to try and stay sneaked in so that he can party. Because their ballroom is like one of those grand affairs where there's the whole dancing floor, but then there's a second floor sort of gallery area where you can walk above and look down at everything. And got a little nook up in there that people don't usually go into that he likes to hide from. And so we will do the intelligence check now.
Okay, cool.
And then roll me that.
Great. 1 second. Intelligence is not my strong sin. Oh, that's so bad. Let's go.
No.
That's a 15.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
You manage to get, I'm going to say 75% of the list names.
Okay.
So it's a
Nice.
a very good chunk. You spy a couple of people who look incredibly eager to, one, be here, two, to see the egg, and to just see how this whole party is going to shake out. And you hear some more rumors and confirmations that these parties are usually messy.
Okay.
And you head back to the egg room with all of your friends, and we're going to have you guys convene there. You're brought some food and refreshment to get you through the party, and all the guests are filing in. They're all congregating out on the lawn for the lighting of the candle ceremony, and that is where we are going to end Act 1 of the Night of Long Darkness. Thank you guys so much for playing and watching. And remember, you're champions, you're scholars, and you have great boobs. Bye.
Come gather round the fire on this the darkest night. Be sure to light your candle to keep your spirit bright. The darkness lurks in shadows deep. He'll take your treasures while you sleep. So keep the candles burning on this the darkest night.